All right, all right, all right. Hold up, hold up, hold up. All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I got a special topic for today. And let me put this in here. I am live. Topic is we're going to talk about how to stop your crypto community from imploding. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for plugging in. This is lunchtime for many of you on the West Coast, 3 p.m. for you on the East Coast. The topic today is going to be in response to what's going on in the crypto world right now with Binance, FTX really having a battle. In our crypto talk this morning, I talked about that I think that this is coordinated between the both of them. Some form of manipulation is taking place. I don't think this is random at all, but it is having an impact on the entire market. We are seeing the lowest crypto prices in more than a year taking place right now. I think Bitcoin has dropped down to the $16,000 range. 16,800. We'll see if this is still going to be in a free fall. The last hour or so, it has popped back up 1.4%. Ethereum has popped up 2.4%. But for those that are not educated in the crypto space, for those that are brand new, for those that are investor curious, is what I call them. You know, they know that Bitcoin goes up and down. They want to make some money off of it, but they're not too much into it to really want to learn about it. You know, this could be a scary time. And if you're trying to have a small community, then that could impact your community. So I saw this article. Like normal, I do not read these articles before I go live. I just read it live in front of everybody and see what we get. So I'm going to share screen right now, and we are streaming everywhere. So I'm going to share screen, and we're going to cover this and go over and see if there's some nuggets that we can learn from this. All right, let me also pull it up so I can see if comments. But we're streaming at multiple Facebook groups, Twitter, and YouTube. And I'm going to show you guys too, I created a brand new YouTube channel just for ILCA. There we go. All right. So how to stop your crypto community from imploding? Well, if you can't build a good community outside crypto, you can't build one inside. Oh, I like that one. Crypto communities can often implode despite the best intentions of everyone involved. Genuine communities with plausible but convoluted project ideas can fail just as easily as projects like DeFi Wonderland, which imploded because of its CFO's connection to the controversial, defunct Canadian exchange Quadriga CX. Plausible projects face scaling challenges like Ziliqua, or project management problems like Bitcoin Diamond, or simply run out of money like any startup. So they need a strong and well-coordinated community to ensure they can survive. And when things, especially when things go wrong. See, ILCA is not just me and crypto education. ILCA is a community. We're now 10 months old. And the reason why, well, you know, I'll share after this why my community has continued to thrive and will only continue to get bigger regardless of what the crypto market is doing. So I'll share that after I read this article. I want to see what they're talking about here. So what can be done to help create a healthy community that pulls together to achieve its objectives? Here are some reflections from founders and community managers, and I'm going to share my own. But for starters, what even is a crypto community? Well, there's a lot of moving parts to a community. There's no one way to define a crypto community, says Jeff Nathan, community organizer for the Perion Gaming DAO. Okay, put this over here so I can see you guys. Gaming DAO says that the types of communities have a lot to do with the project, and that is true. A lot of crypto communities that get started right now are based on people joining a company, and that company is selling a product, it's offering a service. People are there to make money, and that's how that community forms. But what happens when that project goes away, or nobody's able to make any money, or that the CEO runs off with everybody's money? What happens to that project or to that community? So the types of communities have a lot to do with the project. Different crypto initiatives also behave differently, whether it be DeFi or NFTs. As a pro gaming team, what gels Perion's DAO together is clear. Members trying to become pro gamers or learning to be programmers. How many of you are part of other communities, whether it's health and wellness communities, it could be book clubs, gaming, Forex, those of you that are in the 420 bud smokers, travel. I mean, whatever, your passion is that you may want to get into, there's a community around that. And what keeps those things together besides shared common interest? Well, being part of a community is more than transactional. Owning a coin does not make you a community member. Investor communities want their horse to win. So Twitter feedback loops can make project builds opaque and unrealistic. A project needs to create a digestible story for a community to hold dear. However, the needs of a project and the needs of the community may differ. For example, I say within ILCA, I provide what people need, crypto education. I'm also providing what people want, and they want to make money. All right? So I'm giving you both. But then there's the unintended benefits of the community, like friendship, collaboration, family environment, bonding with each other. So within the community, traders and true believers are different too. Traders are obviously incentivized to be passionate about their holdings, as attracting further investors also helps their hip pockets. But true believers genuinely have faith in the story and the mission. So a community can be a pack of wolves or an altruistic group of saints, depending on the narrative. Founders and project community managers have to play nice and keep these diverse groups in check. Community stereotypes. Ivan Fartunov is Aragon's head of ecosystem. He says a community is a community, full stop. If you can't build a community outside, a good community outside crypto, you can't build one inside either. Tokens don't solve every problem, and they won't hold a community together in a bear market. And right now, we are in a bear market. Let's see how many communities are able to stick together. I always said, when you turn the fire up and people are either losing money or not making money, the claws come out. People's true nature comes out then. Let's see if you still have a community during that time. Monetary incentives can also break the social contract. You don't ask for payment when you invite a friend for dinner. But bull markets mean people do things simply for monetary rewards. And this is a false community that will turn on you as soon as you stop paying. Anybody been through that? For Fartunov, there are three broad categories of crypto communities today, each of which helps and hurts the space in different ways. Blind idealists. They have a "we will change the world" idealism and excitement, which is helpful in an industry that requires you to hold convictions others will call crazy. Some of them tend to be too academic in thinking. Others are democracy maxists. But democracy doesn't always work too well. Usually, academic concepts don't translate well into space. Still, everyone has to be a little bit of an idealist to realistically work in Web3. Moon Boys. Fartunov says unlimited financial upside is a gateway for the Moon Boys, and a lot of people enter the space with that mindset. Each adoption cycle is driven by Moon Boys hoping to get rich quickly on the latest upswing. In 2013, we had the Bitcoin forks, the first wave of shitcoins. Then in 2017 and 18, we had initial coin offerings, a lot of white papers and proof of concepts, and little intent by founders to do much real world applications. Then in 2020 and 2021, we had DeFi and NFTs, promising interesting applications, but the financial upside is what generated the most interest. Hopefully, some of these people stick around and join one of the other two types of communities. You guys know what the latest thing is going to be going into 2023? 2022 and 2023 is all about smart contract NFTs and the metaverse. And you know, I do another series about that. Pragmatic builders. These are the most useful community members and the ones who actually get stuff done. They're pragmatic builders who have a long-term horizon. They're looking to build solutions for problems within the industry. They realize the paradigm shift is not really just around the corner, and things should first make sense in the Web3 sandbox. But keen speculators and builders are not mutually exclusive. Being active and connected in the space helps speculators transition into builders and join decentralized autonomous organizations thanks to their relationships and familiarity with the tools being used as well as the common pain points. Yet DAOs, let's call them non-hierarchical and not so automated bodies, have also further complicated crypto communities. Are DAOs even a good product management tool? A failed DAO experiment. Fartunov participated in the Aragon Network DAO experiment, which is set to wind down soon via an active vote. The DAO was built to test run 3 experimental products from Aragon, including a decentralized court system. No one objected to the idea, and the 11th-month DAO-based project generated insights, but in Fortunov's opinion, it is not sustainable. As these 3 governance products are being shut down, the DAO is too. And when the project gets shut down, what happens to the people? They have nothing to stick around for. Too little accountability of output is how a community implodes. Still, we have a good core team as well as some strong contributors who could see the ratio of burn rate to output was off. Without a gut check there, you can just spend the entire treasury on unrelated moonshot pursuits and the project would cease. Crypto is a coordination tool, and crypto economic primitives accelerate community building. Aligning personal incentives with the best direction for the organization is crucial because teams have strong financial incentives to keep their work streams funded, even if it's not adding any value. Crypto communities can actually be more aggressive in a good way, as they can introduce incentives for certain actions without relying on social pressures. Now, what I'm seeing here from this article is building communities based on your project, based on your company. And the common theme here is, as long as you're making money, you have a community. But as soon as the project starts to hit a bump in the road, or the money is not flowing, or it's in a real bear market, then the community starts to break down and it starts to implode. I want to give you an example, and then I'm gonna give you my own, because I know about this. I don't need this article to break something down for me. So I'm gonna pull this back over here, and I'm gonna stop screen sharing. I'm going to give you an example. There was a company in 2021 called Twin Turbo based on a smart contract. The smart contract was flawless. It did exactly what it was programmed to do. You got paid instantly if you sold the product. That's it. What was your job? Sell the product. You get paid. Not next month, not next week, not tomorrow, not tonight. Instantly into your wallet. You can make money whenever you want. The smart contract is still there today. It's now called iLearning Crypto. It hasn't changed. The product is the same, and the mechanisms is the same. You sell the product, you get paid. And the main product that they were selling was my crypto education. So I can vouch for the product, that the product was sound. It was legitimate. But what happened? You see, there was a community that was built around it in the very beginning. Everybody was making money. People were excited about selling the product and getting paid instantly. It was a cash cow. What happened? Well, the community no longer stayed in sync with each other because other prominent members of the community started to pursue other projects which had the potential to be a huge financial bonus. Many other members of the community followed suit, not understanding what they were doing or getting into. When the project failed, the community started to infight with each other and ultimately dispersed. So there wasn't a company. The smart contract still works. It still pays. It still offers a product. If you put in the work, you get paid. But it was a failure because of the loss of the community and the momentum that was behind it. So when I created IELCA, and I looked at, I've got 24 years of experience in the direct selling space, building communities, building organizations. And I wanted to figure out, how can we build a community built around education? And there's two ways I figured this out. And there's a whole lot of little ones. The first, you've got to offer value. You've got to offer value at no cost. What do you mean by that, Brandon? Isn't the point to make money? Absolutely. But if people that are just getting started don't know or understand what you're doing, they don't have value on what you're doing, there's no money to be made. They're not going to be around. So if you offer something of value at no cost outside of your time or their time, that's the beginning. That's a start. You offer something of value. After you offer them something of value at no cost, you then show them, and this is how I built my community that's free and paid. How can they get more value? How can they get more knowledge and will be willing to pay for it? When you start to invest time, money, and energy, you're invested in what's going on. You tend to value it more and spend more time with it. And then when you start seeing others in the same community doing the same thing with you, you now have a shared experience. So it's not just about who the teacher is, but it's about the students that's right next to you. Like when I went through my matriculation at Morehouse College, in our first 2 weeks there, when we had to go through freshman orientation or matriculation, the way we do it in the house, they tell us, don't look up at us. Put your arm to your left and your arm to your right, to your brother on your left and your right. Am I my brother's keeper? But do look to them, because 4 years from now, one of them or you will not be here. But you guys are going through this together. And you can help each other. But the one thing they said we can't do, you can't do it alone. That's the one thing they told us. You are not just an individual. You are a village. You are a community. No one person can do it. There's always going to be others that need to hold you up when you're feeling down. And you're able to hold up others when they're down. We're in this together like a chain, like a blockchain. Community. So I said, okay, we need to have an environment where our members will be able to build relationships with each other. We just came back from Atlanta for our Marketers Summit, and a lot of those members got to eat dinner together, have breakfast together, have lunch together, spend all the way up to midnight, 1 a.m. in the lobby with their computers out, building your funnels, building your pages, talking to each other, breaking bread. That is how you build a community. It's no longer about what is the product that we're selling. So it doesn't matter whether Bitcoin or crypto goes up or goes down. The community is still here. The family is still here. Another thing that I figured out is I cannot tie ILCA to a project that has a short life to it. What does that mean? Well, in that article, it talked about every other year, there seems to be a new flavor of the month in crypto, whether it's mining, ICOs, nodes, getting in on DeFi, NFTs, smart contract, all that stuff. It's always changing as this industry evolves. And if I tied ILCA to just one of those, then when that season is over, then the community is done. Instead, I tied the community to something that's universal, something that will be needed and required forever, and that's education. Because in education, we never stop learning. The industry is always growing and changing, and so we add more education on whatever new is coming. So there's never a loss for product and content and value that we're able to provide for the community. Those of you that's really a part of our inner circle, and if you don't understand how ILCA works, we have different aspects of it. We've got the 5-day challenge with VIP. We've got the inner circle. We've got the founding members. We've got the marketing system. Some of you may only be a part of one and don't even know about the others. The founding members are part of everything. You get in where you fit in, where you're comfortable. We've got members that has everything but marketing. We've got people that just want the marketing and don't want anything else. That's completely up to you. But I wanted to make sure that we're providing what everybody needs. But then I have to also take into consideration that people want. People want to make money. So I also needed to provide an ecosystem where people can make some money, and not just a little bit of money, but enough money that you can walk off your job and become wealthy in by selling picks and shovels. So we're not selling nodes. We're not selling rigs. We're not selling coins and tokens. We're not selling launches. We're not selling smart contracts. We're not selling compound interest trading bots. We're not selling any of that stuff. There is no investing in ILCA. There is no giving me your money and let me work for you to give you a return. So there's no way I can run off with everybody's investments. We sell picks and shovels just like the gold rush. We're selling crypto education. And we're selling you on a daily basis new information that is coming and that's evolving. I'll give you an example. You guys see what the market is doing right now? Do you know what we figured out last week in our inner circle, our crypto talks that many of you might have missed? I said tether. Didn't I say that last week? I said tether. And what happened? Bitcoin is now reaching its lowest price it has in a very, very long time. You never know what you're going to get on a daily basis with us, which is why we do it. Plus, we give you an environment where you can ask questions, and we break it down to you in a way that my mom can understand. It's a safe place. There is no such thing as a stupid question because we all had a day one. Now, after 10 months, we've done a very good job building our foundation and our ecosystem and our family environment of our community, our crypto community. The next phase is now taking the knowledge that you've learned, applying it, but also allowing you to earn a lot of money in the process. You want to make a lot of money? Now, let me give you a couple of stats that every single one of you should be familiar with. The first stat is 97% of all Americans are going to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. 97% of Americans, 1 out of 100, will retire well off. That leaves everybody else to go play the lottery, hoping that they can be 1 out of 229 million to win the $2 billion Powerball. That's your only way out. The second stat that the Federal Reserve gave is that because of inflation, the average American household is losing a little more than $400 a month in purchasing power from 1 year ago. You did nothing different, nothing wrong, but you have $400 less a month in your pocket because of inflation. And in good times, the average American didn't have $1,000 in their savings account, nor could they afford a $400 emergency if it happened to them without going into debt. That means every single month, the average American is going through an emergency every month because you're losing $400 a month. The same Federal Reserve also stated that the average person in crypto in America is earning more than $100,000 a year. Well, 46% of them. 46% of Americans are earning in crypto more than $100,000 a year. So with ILCA, knowing those statistics that I didn't make up, said, how can I provide to cover those statistics? Statistic number one, you're losing $400 a month. Well, guess what? I have two recurring things happening in ILCA, our inner circle for $30 a month or $29.97, and our marketing system for $199 a month. Those two things alone. If you helped 10 people to get crypto educated with just those two things, you're earning more than $400 a month. You've just covered your monthly emergency of losing $400 a month because of inflation. It only took 10 people. What if you shared it with 25, 50, 100 people? Those same 100 people is now more than $4,000 a month. That can be a full-time income for many people. Could you go on your job today and ask for a raise like that? No, you're lucky enough to have a job in the first place. You're just trying to survive inflation. And much appreciated, Marty. But now let me tell you about the big money, because the Federal Reserve says that 46% of Americans in crypto are earning $100,000 a year or more. How can I provide that in ILCA without selling nodes, without selling mining equipment, without selling tokens and coins, without promising and guaranteeing you returns, without you investing in a crypto bot that you got to compound every single week and month? How can I provide that? Here's how. Still selling picks and shovels. If you had those same 100 people that purchased everything that ILCA has to offer in our crypto education and marketing system, that means the average individual still spent less than $2,000. I want you to get this point here, because people will put $5,000 on a trading bot, $20,000, $50,000, hoping that it doesn't get shut down, hoping that the owner doesn't run off with your money, hoping that you're going to get a return, hoping that you'll be able to withdraw your principal in time. Less than $2,000 and $199 a month. Those same 100 people, that's still bringing you more than $4,000 a month and $100,000 for the year. $100,000 selling picks and shovels. And guess what? This happens whether the market goes up or down inside our community and ecosystem. That's not enough money for you. What if you help 1,000 people? Now we're talking about almost $50,000 a month and $1 million in 12 months. You want to be a millionaire selling picks and shovels? ILCA. In about a week from now, I'll be doing a special call to our community, showing you what the new ILCA is going to look like going into 2023 and how you're going to be able to put a lot of money in your pocket. I'm going to break all of that down. My goal, and I love being on this side of the table, this side of the desk, is writing checks. I know that's what the community loves, getting paid. I want to pay you. So if you missed it, I was going to show you a sneak peek. I have a brand new YouTube channel. I just went public with it today. Let me share screen. And I need to add that we did a presentation call this past Sunday night. So I need to add the presentation to this channel. But hold on, let me share a screen and let me show it off. Right. You can go to youtube.com/@ILCAVIP. I will have a shorter link for that later on. I just launched it. Only 16 subscribers. This is brand new. You know, I've got thousands and thousands of subscribers on my main page. So here, I've got new videos. I'm going to be dumping a lot of videos coming here. Right now, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new videos. So people say, I want crypto education for free, right? Come to my YouTube page. I will have a lot of content for free that you can have access to. And if you have anybody that you want to show them, what is ILCA all about? Who is Brandon Ivy? Bring them to the ILCA YouTube channel. I'll have free content here, but I'll always be inviting them to come back to our 5-day challenge. The next one's going to be on November 28th. No cost to that. All right. So yeah, that's my new YouTube page, youtube.com/@ILCAVIP. All right. All right. So that is it. My time is up. I went longer than I wanted to at this time. We have new courses coming out, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse, build your community, monetize your community by giving them value. If you already have a large community, you want to be able to keep them intact and together, put them in ILCA. Put them in ILCA. Because if you're building your community around a company right now and that company goes under, you no longer have a community. You're going to have to find a new opportunity to bring your community into. You want a safe haven that's not going anywhere? Bring them to the ILCA community. We're not going anywhere. I own it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. I'm going to continue to add some more content to the new ILCA YouTube channel. And I will see you founding members tonight. Founding members. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And founding member is those of you who have purchased my courses. And if you have not done so, let me share a screen again. I'll show you exactly where to go. If you have not done so, ilcafounders.com/back to school. I still have the back to school special going on right now for $9.97. And I have a payment plan. If you are a prior student of mine, which means you've bought my courses before, I'm not going to charge you again. I'm only going to charge you for what you don't have, which is Internet of Things, DeFi, NFTs, and Metaverse. So you get it at half off at just $500. That will be ending. I'll tell you exactly when I do my next update. So once the prior students goes away, it's never coming back. I've given everybody a full year to be engaged with my company. So no more of just me giving my product to other companies to sell. We have built our own ecosystem and we're thriving. So send me a private message if you are a prior student of mine, and I will get you that link. You definitely want to get it before things change. We've got some big things coming. So with that, thank you guys for being here. I will see you all on the Founders Call tonight. Bitcoin Brandon out. Take care. Bye-bye.